Alrighty, chat. YouTube, it's deck time. This time for Grixis Star Chart Wizards. We got a couple copies of Spell Snare, one Stern Scolding for a 1-man interaction. We got 4 copies of Tamiyo, which is a wizard to go with our flames. 1 Clean the Dust and 1 Strategic Betrayal for some main deck graveyard hate. 4 copies of Fatal Push, 4 Lightning Bolts, 4 Consult the Star Charts, which is a new card from Edge of Eternities that is a hybrid Impulse and Memory Deluge. And it gets better the longer the game goes. 3 copies of Snapcaster, go with our Flame as well. 3 copies of Counterspell, 4 Frog, 2 Force of Negation, 2 Subtlety for free spells. And then our top end has 1 Jace the Mind Sculptor. Why Jace the Mind Sculptor? Well, I needed the 60th card and I couldn't figure out what else to put in. It was between Jace and Kefka, and I went with Jace. Mana base wise, a bunch of blue fetches, 1 island, 1 Gloomlake Verge, Steam Vent, Swamp, Thundering Falls, Undercity Sewer, Watery Grave. Nothing too crazy in the mana base. Sideboard wise, 4 Consign for Eldrazi, a couple copies of Thoughtseize for Hand Disruption, Nihil Spellbomb for Graveyard Hate, Edict for the pesky Leyline Scion deck, Force of Negation for the combo decks as well, Kolaghan's Command for the artifact heavy decks, Harbinger for the greedy mana bases, and then another Subtlety for Titan. I tried their first run, which were just endgame. They didn't have like an Omega or Genesis title to them. And they're really good. The only problem was that the cut of the sleeve was a little low. They're very similar to Katanas. And in their new run, which I think was the Omega or Genesis, one of the two, they ended up increasing the cut of the sleeve by a little bit. So somewhere in between Katanas and Dragon Shields. They made them a little bit lengthier. But yeah, I have the OG endgame sleeves. And I still like them before they made a bunch of improvements. Yeah, the Omegas are longer. One of the two is longer. Yeah, I gotta play Frog decks. This is our birthright. When in doubt, Frog out. Pretty sure my opponent has Spell Snare. Frog out. Oh, I didn't get Spell Snared. Mine come in a black box. It was like their very, very first run. I know, right? I got assigned to Watery Grave Hell. This is my home now. I love you, Watery Grave. Never leave me. Well, their first run was neither of those that are on the website. Their first run of sleeves just aren't on the website anymore. And the dog. Played against you on Cosmogoy Phoenix. How'd the league go? Oh, I was recording a video for Magic Online. We weren't actually like doing a league. I was trying to farm some clips for the Magic Online channel. That's why I queued into like a couple of people that were repeat matchups and I just scooped to them. I think I queued into like Energy Zoo or something like that. Dog v Frog. Yeah, that's why I'm not late today. Well, I'm not later than normal today. And that's because I was already playing Magic before the stream started. Otherwise, you best believe I would have been late. Could leave this on top. They might have Ephemerate, though. Oh, the Frog connects? I'm gonna be honest, I'm not 100% sure what the difference between the Genesis and the Omegas are. But I know that the original blend of sleeves that they had, that I had purchased way back when, aren't on the website anymore. Because those got taken off to get improved. Bolt the Felia. Another Felia. Whoosh. Play you? I refuse. 3 pups down. Yeah, has it been 10 minutes already? I think they're both the same size, but I could be wrong about that. Let's do 2 surveils here. I won't leave that on top, so. Our poor opponent's getting kind of schmeckledorfed over there. I guess we'll draw 2. How did I end up with 7 cards in my hand? 7 spells, nonetheless. If there were a viewer in this channel that is not allowed to have mod ever, yeah, you already know it would be Bolt Snap Bolt. And then it would be Use Ariok. You're the second least qualified to be a mod here. Alright. Consigns seem pretty decent. Gotta give your cards pants. Gotta give them sleeping jeans. I think I want no Force of Negations. Mods can't turn other people into mods. Thankfully. Only I can do it. Drop a Cling. Add a couple of Thoughtseizes. That's tyranny. It is tyranny. Welcome to my channel. Mulligan. Hey, this hand is not too bad. Too bad we have 2 tap lands, but I mean, could be worse. And a Thoughtseize, man. How are they with double sleeving? Mine double sleeved very nicely with the Dragon Shield double sleeves. Or the Dragon Shield inner sleeves. So I'd recommend Dragon Shield inner sleeves to go with your endgame sleeves. I didn't have too much trouble double sleeving either. There was maybe like 1 or 2 that like came out of the sleeve when I was pushing it in, but if you're careful with it, it's not really an issue. I want another tap land. Probably not. No, I've never used the heavy play inner sleeves. But I know they work really, really well with the Dragon Shield ones. Yeah, it's Tapland Central over here. Tapland and Tamiyo Central. How you doing, Terra? I didn't even know heavy play made inner sleeves. Are they curved also? Oh, they are curved. Cool. Alright, I think we lost this game. I'm actually just gonna scoop. I can't beat that. Dingo. Code is Dingo. Do I want this Edict? Maybe over one Tamiyo? I was saying it has less tap lines in it at least. Solitude, Flicker Wisp, Emperor Bones, Thoughtseize. I Thoughtseize the Thoughtseize. I don't want them to have information. Also, I don't want them to see that I have a Spell Snare. Their hand's pretty good though. Should I consult at the end step if they don't do anything? Because they're probably going to be holding up Felia. But also wait. So let's say they do nothing. They pass the turn, I surveil, I untap. They flash in Felia on my end step, I Spell Snare it. Guess it depends on what I surveil. What's good, Valk? I'll leave that one on top. Sign me up for one of them counterspells. One of them there counterspells. I think I'm probably just going to counterspell whatever they cast this turn. Yeah, because then we can Subtlety Emperor Bones and then try to find an answer to it. Then we can do some star charting. Hey, I'm consulting over here. I'm supposed to Subtlety this. Just Subtlety whatever. Gotta keep up the tempo. I put Overlord on top. It's gonna be a little bit of a pain. I think I need both cards out of this consult the star charts. I have a 1-mana answer to this? No, right? So just let it go. Solitude pitching Flicker Wisp. Kind of surprised that they pitched Flicker Wisp. So their hand is Emperor Bones, question mark. Felia, Emperor Bones, question mark. Gotta do some more consulting. Yeah, this card's great. Holy. It's like when Expressive Iteration finds an Expressive Iteration, but instant speed. The Riddler. Does that mean they have an Ephemerate? Alright, show me Ephemerate. There's one card on top. Oh, they don't even have Ephemerate. Or they're just waiting until the end step. 2 mana, draw 1. She. I'm gonna probably just put whatever they put on top to the bottom. Look at the card. Puts it on the bottom. They did surveil land number 5 to the top. We don't plus Jace in this house. You've never seen me plus. You've never seen me play Jace then. Because I do nothing but plus Jace. I'm like, damn, brainstorming is so overrated. Another one. I don't know the land that they were looking for. Damn. But I do have the best deck, though. Why are we playing Jace? Is that really a question you have to ask? Can't you just appreciate our Fox, Jace the Mind Sculptor? Oh, we are going to 0, by the way. I know I said I never 0, but here we are. Great googly moogly. This hand's correct. No, I remember that. I 100% remember that, Zeriok. That shit was funny. I think our opponent is Lededge. Let's get Paladin. I think I'm going to counterspell this, sadly. It's a lot of Riddlin. The Bone Zone. Are there any good cards from EoE for Frogtide? Probably Consult. Consult the Star Chart seems like the best card out of Edge of Eternity's 4 modern period. It's either that or it's the Pinnacle Emissary. Would be number 2. Pinnacle Emissary is pretty good. I don't think Tezzeret's good. After playing with Tezzeret, it was kind of unimpressive. Everything dies to Wrath of the Skies. We're all victims of Wrath of the Skies. I'm a Riddler hater. I can't deny it anymore. I think that card blows. I think that card's so bad. Can't even front, like, I don't think that card just sucks. They're gonna cast a Riddler for every single turn for the rest of the game, they're gonna lose. Because Riddler's a 2-mana draw card. That's why it's bad. Unless you have very specific pieces that will make it good, it's just worse than Overlord, pretty much in every way, shape, and form. Bolt, Tamiyo, Bolt, minus. I don't have enough blue mana for this, or red mana for this. Gosh dang it, chat. Baited by chat yet again. Guess I'll return a counterspell instead. Maybe now we have a counterspell. I don't think we're gonna lose anyways. Overlord? They saw me return counterspell, so I'm kind of confused by this. I don't have the red mana, chat. I can't bolt, Tamiyo, bolt. Oh, Strategic Betrayal. Bonk. The dog. Push. You order 1 copy of Consult the Star Charts for your Lutri deck. Huge. Massive buff. Yeah, I think I'm gonna play Riftbound. At least give it a try. I think pre-orders went up today, right? Didn't they like sell out instantly though? Site crashed, as expected. Scalp to the high heavens, also as expected. I didn't take of it. Need some words of motivation to finish fixing this dryer and wash the dog. I believe in you. You gotta know what the dog do. Subtlety. Pitching Flare of Denial. Subtlety. Pitching Subtlety. Or Subtlety Pitching Frog. That's just Subtlety Pitching Subtlety. Subtlety Pitching Frog, targeting the Subtlety, targeting the frog. Same, maybe a little different. Subtlety Pitching the Frog, targeting the Subtlety, targeting the frog. Subtlety Pitching Frog, targeting the Subtlety, targeting the frog. I can't do this. Put Subtlety on the bottom. Simic against a resolved creature. They're gonna be like Birthing Ritual pass. Finally playing Cling to Dust. I've been on a Cling to Dust. I think this guy's alright. I don't know if... Is our opponent on Living End? I feel like it's the Simic Ritual deck. We were correct. Simic Ritual indeed. Great Hachimachi, more frog. Probably fetch red mana at some point. Shardless Agent into Ice Fang Coatl. Huge. This thing doesn't have Death Touch yet. I'll discard my Cling to Dust. Ooh, snappy. That's probably our best draw. Snap Spell Snare about to go crazy. Subtlety. Man. I think I put it on the bottom. Let me surveil first. Ho ho ho. Cha-cha-cha. Alright, see you later, Snapcaster. I did not right. You gotta recognize game, chat. You see game, you pay respect to game. And let me tell you, oh lord, we're gaming. Yeah, sorry, Alex, I didn't get around to it. Unfortunately, they made me do stuff for the Magic Online channel. Ugh. Unbelievable. I also have to figure out how to take music off of YouTube completely. Because I did find out that I pretty much just can't have music on the YouTube stream at all. Sadly. Flare of Denial. I think Twitch should have an app. If you're putting on a smart TV anyways. I think they have another Oculus. This could be another Oculus. Well, that answered that. We're actually going to do something pretty cool here. We're going to discard Flame, and then we're going to Snapcaster Flame. Oh, the value. Dies of value. I haven't seen it personally, Kenny, but I've heard tales. Chad was telling me about it earlier. And I'm going to say the same thing I've been saying about Riddler. That card sucks. No results can convince me otherwise at this point. Yeah, maybe it's the Return of Bowmaster. Yeah, it's probably like very similar to Respect the Cats build. So I don't get to grow the frog that way. It doesn't matter that it stays in the graveyard. I don't get to grow the frog. Growing the frog is just more valuable at this point. Bad card. Don't play it. Save yourself the trouble. Phoning a local government official before blocks. They're like, oh my god, there's 2 mutant frogs attacking me right now. What do I do? SWAT team incoming. Animal control incoming. PETA on high alert. I believe in you, opponent. You can do it. Ooh. Little tomato. What's up, Saint Nick? How you doing? Little I didn't do like anything I was supposed to do yesterday. Holy schmoly. Bibble thip. Scoop. Flips. Misty Rainforest. Good old Fibblethip. I was supposed to like update the Grixis Shadow sideboard guide. I was supposed to figure out how to co-stream onto YouTube. I didn't do anything yesterday. GG. Maybe I want less Force of Negations. Although Force is pretty good against Birthing Ritual and Neoform. Alternatively, I guess I could remove Cling the Dust. Take Edict. I've been so checked out of Standard. As soon as I stopped having Standard events, I haven't paid a single cent of attention to Standard. I heard apparently there's some like Rydia deck though. There's some like Rydia combo deck in Standard with Nissa and a bunch of nonsense. But yeah, I've completely checked out of Standard. Seeing as how I don't have to play Standard for the next like 3 months. At least. Standard can Sugma. What do you mean there's so much variety? VV Cauldron, VV Prowess, VV Control. VV. I think Nissa rotated. What was I looking at then? It was something like Simon Nielsen posted. Maybe it was Explorer, Historic, Pioneer. All these formats that don't matter. The next Pro Tour is modern. The next 2 RCs are also modern. But, yeah. Just not playing the standard RCQ season. Black White Sack looked pretty cool. I saw Ross Merriam playing that the other day. With the 4 Sephiroths and the Raise the Past or whatever. Sure. This RCQ season is standard, and then it's going to be standard again, and then it's modern. Or maybe it's Pioneer in 2026, who knows? We won't be seeing any standard gameplay here anytime soon. Nope. No, but Doomlake's been playing a lot of standard if you still want to watch standard. No standard anytime soon. Lots of modern though. Like a lot of modern. Like, oh my god, I'm playing modern every single day. For the next eternity. Why did they print this art of Fibblethip? The frog's alive. I don't even think that's true, Magical. Aether Channeler, huh? Whenever it's modern RCQ season, I don't notice any difference in viewership between when it's not modern RCQ season and when it is modern RCQ season. I want to subtlety this. Modern's just too goated. If I subtlety this, because I pitch Stern Scolding. I might subtlety back. Oh. Okay. I mean, if modern gets bad, though, like, the only time I really play standard is when modern's bad. And modern's not bad right now. Modern's really fun. There's like 15 viable decks in modern. Me playing limited, the only time I play limited is if I have to play limited. Although I will say, like, I used to be limited's #1 hater, but since I've actually had to play limited for these pro tours, I'm coming around on limited. I don't hate it as much as I thought. Although I did get to play one of the best limited formats of all time in Final Fantasy Draft, so I don't know if that counts. Because that format was just amazing. Yeah, Edge of Eternities is okay. It's still fun. Not as fun as Final Fantasy, but it's still pretty fun. The only reason to watch Doomwick is to make fun of him for being a Cowboys fan. You can make fun of B for not knowing any sports at all. The fuck's a sport ball? Yo, they discarded Enduring Courage? That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh yeah, you can make fun of me for a lot of things, including sleeping in jeans. I also found out recently that apparently sleeping in jeans can be very detrimental to your back, which I didn't know. I wonder I have back problems. Been sleeping in jeans my whole life. Out of the womb into jeans. I used to sleep in jeans, then I grew the fuck up. That's crazy. That's a crazy thing to say. This creature can't block, huh? Evidently, it puts a lot of pressure on your back because it limits mobility. from what I read. Don't know how true that is, but I could see that being the case. Just exile the graveyard. We already have a counterspell up. I think we just pass. Exile in the graveyard might be like extended BM. No, he's right though. He's right. Pick up counterspell. Yeah, let's just exile the graveyard. I don't think I can lose this game if I just exile the graveyard. Famous last words, right? Rumbies. Chat, are we saying weird stuff again? Stop that. Thought I taught you better. Cycles the Street Wraith. I'm gonna clean this Street Wraith. Yo, the sniper. Twin shot sniper. Sniper keeps sniping. Chat, be normal. I know it can be hard. What do I want to do here? Kill them? Probably. Yeah, they're on some really spicy stuff. Take the Nihil Spellbombs. Think Consign Memory is pretty good against Bloodbraid Marauder at least, but maybe I don't want this many Consigns. Yeah, I mean, Twitch chat is a reflection of the streamer, so I get why it's hard to be normal. What do we want in here? This is the least weird Magic chat I watch because that's the other person I watch is Canister. Yeah, I mean his chat's just like gotcha pilled, right? Nothing wrong with that. Looks at the furry. Calm down, calm down. Can I keep this? Gotcha base. Yeah, let's become a gotcha chat. Tired of being normal. I'm gonna start screaming and making strange sexual noises. I think I put back Lightning Bolt. Alright, been this flame pass. Oh, defense grid. Great Hachimachi. That is indeed a defense grid, isn't it? Oi, bro, that's a fucking defense grid, ain't it? I know EDH people get so much hate, but god dang, it looks like they're having so much fun until they start screaming at each other, and I'm jealous sometimes. You should never be jealous of EDH players. You should only be thankful of EDH players because EDH players keep the game alive for the rest of us. We love EDH players. I dedicate my Thanksgiving to EDH players every single year. I give thanks for all my bulk mythics that become very expensive because of EDH players. Although I'm pretty upset that Scape Shift is like a $60 card in paper now. Because I used to have Scape Shifts. I never thought it would be a $60 card. No, that's not a troll. EDH players 1000% keep the game alive. They spend more money on Magic than every competitive player combined. Ooh, Counterspell. Every competitive, 100%. There's a reason why so many cards in every single set are aimed at EDH players, because EDH players are the whales of our game. Competitive players don't spend jack shit on sealed product, commander precons, anything. Competitive players buy singles because they know that's the most effective way to spend their money. Casual players and EDH players, they love opening product. They love buying commander precon decks. It's a board game for them. It's like Warhammer. Yeah, but even when they proxy cards, they're still gonna consume product. The ratio of competitive players to EDH players is so highly skewed toward EDH players compared to competitive players. I think I might cast you, Bull. So if I discard 1, 2, 3, 6. I can't kill him this turn. Never mind. I'm not casting you. Go back to timeout. Come back when I cast you. Are you okay? If you think that they're killing the game instead of saving it, you got to keep in mind where would we be if people weren't actively consuming product, though? The competitive scene wouldn't even exist anymore, right? And if the competitive scene doesn't exist anymore, then it's like the game's not alive, right? The EDH players are funding the competitive scene indirectly. Press X to doubt. You may doubt. Let me try this hand. From my perspective, my point of view, I'm like, Kerbros, thank you for the problem in 9 months. Thanks, Kerbros. Welcome back. We'll put this on top. From my point of view, I don't think you should be mad that people are moving over to the casual EDH side and be like, well, all these EDH product and players are ruining the competitive player base. Instead of thinking about it like that, just be grateful that the competitive player base is still alive in some capacity. You know, be grateful that we still get to play this game competitively. EDH is a competitive format. Comp EDH is actually relatively popular. They have CEDH tournaments. I'm gonna die. Need to find a counterspell. I don't think I can keep this on top either. That is true. That's because EDH is a board game. EDH is not a Magic format, it's a board game. Because honestly, a large majority of EDH gameplay is just deciding who at the table should die. That's why the most powerful card in EDH is Charisma. If you're charismatic toward the other 3 people in your pod, guess what? You're not getting attacked. Alright, we're gonna go Surveilling. Undercity Sewers. Let's ban a creature. Alright, we'll top Force of Negation, sure. I didn't even know there was a card called Charisma. That's pretty funny. I guess I played Tamiyo. Play Frog? No, let's just play Tamiyo. Hold up Force. Then we need to draw land. Think about it like this. Why was Final Fantasy the highest grossing Magic set of all time? Was it because there was a lot of good competitive cards in the set for competitive players? No. It's because people like Final Fantasy, people like collecting Final Fantasy, and there was a lot of EDH cards in there. Indirectly, yes, that is true. Consensus is that, yeah. Well, yeah, why is a numbered golden chocobo worth more than a black lotus? Nah, I mean, you got it all mixed up, my friend. The Horizon set sold well because of powerful competitive cards. I agree. But there's also an entire Commander set that came with Modern Horizons 3. Or an entire Commander sheet, anyways. Let's drop the Spell Snare. Drop the Frog. Kind of want to kill this Endurance. Yeah, I mean, all the Universes Beyonds, they're doing the Universes Beyonds because they're popular to the people that don't play this game super competitively. The people that play this game competitively could like these sets, but that's not what they're aimed at. Ooh, star charts. Hmm. Uh-oh. I think I'm gonna get living ended, chat. Yeah, not a great star charts. I think they're gonna living on my end. I don't think I'm beating this board. How many reach things do they have? 2? Oh, more than 2. Right, these things are flying. He and Robin be king. Ain't that the truth? Wowie. What? King of hand gesture. He's never gonna live that down. It's so funny though. Um well, on a scale of 1 to very dead, I feel like I'm very dead. Go push. Push. Okay, minus and pick up another push, and then push the last curator. And we need to hit a better star charts there. If I hit star charts into counterspell, we would have been alright. 3, 6, 11, a lot. I don't know if I stay alive. But this is the block I gotta do, I think. Nope. Spoilers, I did not stay alive. Somehow we queued in a back-to-back living in. Cut all the pushes. The spell snares, the stern scolding, and the extra force negation. I could bring in another subtlety as well. Subtlety doesn't seem that bad. Strategic Betrayal is kind of nice. Tamiyo is pretty bad. Maybe 2 Tamiyos, 1 Flame out. There's you deck of random draft chaff. That is true. If you play more limited, you'd be less upset about Watsie's antics. Hey, can we make a command like exclamation mark matchup with which looks at the last deck the opponent played and see what the matchup is? That is out of my control, but something to suggest to Dan. Yeah, I hate to break it to you, but Post Malone is also an EDH player. Also, the secondary market doesn't affect any of their sales. I agree, Fruitcake. A local RCQ grinder, Post Malone. What I'm saying is that, like, the price of cards on the secondary market does not directly generate revenue for Wizards, right? If somebody buys something on, I don't know, TCG Player, let's say, for $5,000, Wizards isn't going to see a single cent of that money because the only thing they care about is selling packs. I'm fetching Jace here. Or Subtlety. Sure, it will increase the demand on the sealed product, but it doesn't, like, directly generate them revenue, right? Opponents on the do nothing plan. I'm a competitive player first, but when they released the first Infinity Stone, it has me heavy breathing on the Thanos commander deck. That's the pipeline. The pipeline has never been casual EDH player into competitive player. It's always been competitive player into EDH player. I mean, I don't. If Wizards is trying to make decisions based off the secondary market, I don't think they're doing a very good job because they keep printing dog shit promos for every RCQ and RC. And I think if they wanted to incentivize people to come play events and were in tune with the secondary market, then they'd know which promos to print, you know? This is so bad for me. I think they're heavily out of tune with the secondary market. I think we gotta pass. Yeah, maybe beaten down by living in. Here I am. Bold snap, bolting, and endurance. Embarrassing. You. I didn't want to play Jason to face up Force of Negation. Doesn't make a lot of sense to play Jason to face up Force of Negation, right? Especially when they're holding up 3 mana. I mean, they probably just force this Jace anyways. I kind of have to play it now. I doubt it's resolving. Oh, it did. Hmm. I mean, they could also have subtlety, right? Like I just didn't think the Jace was resolving. Quite frankly. Tax Jace. I block. I block. I bolt. I like they have solitude, or they have subtlety, but maybe not. No subtlety. What do they have? What is their hand? Are we gonna stabilize? 3 living ends? Maybe. Let's take Counterspell. I don't know if I can afford to Thoughtseize them. Let's grab Counterspell, Force of Negation. Okie dokie. Save me, Jace. You're my only hope. Might be a little tough if they start hard casting creatures and I have to commit Jace to bouncing stuff. Yo, Nugget! Thank you. Appreciate it. That's a long time. Can't beat 6 mana 5/6. It's an endurance number 4. FOV my Nihil Spellbomb. Yeah, I guess they have a handful of FOV. Sit in shadow. Stop hurting yourself. I'm at 4. We'll be fine. What are they gonna do? Play a Street Wraith? No, they're evidently gonna suspend a living end. Oh god, I can see the stars. I can see the stars. No Jeskai Trial. Day 3 of saying no Jeskai Triumph. Go get him, my children. Tapping for something. Sink. Sure. The Fate Ceiling will continue. Force of Negation. I actually don't want you to draw Force of Negation. No Jeskai Triumph. No Teferi. No nothing. Nobody gets anything. Imagine commandeering it? I don't know if I have to imagine that. We could do it. Alright, we're gonna consign plus replicate on this thing. No, we don't win the game here. We're gonna hold Jace. Yeah, Jace actually did kind of clutch here. I've been more impressed with this card in Modern recently. I know this card's a meme, but it's not a bad meme. I know the black-white deck also can't deal with this card very easily. Barring Bowmaster. Yeah, a lot of Esper decks, not a lot of Lightning Bolts. Time to reban Jace. The black-white deck can't deal with it easily. They don't play Bowmaster anymore. Take my words out of context. It's like one, maybe. So many frog. Okay. We beat the 76 endurances. I don't want to change anything. Maybe -1 bolt, +1 flame. Could be a good change. How are we doing on time? Almost 2 hours. I thought it was a fraud card, Jumi. I actually kind of like it, though. I think this card's kind of good. I don't think this hand's kind of good, though. MVP. MVP. We gotta keep this hand. think I'm Thoughtseizing on one. What the? What the? Oh my god, why'd I put back Lightning Bolt? Oh, Scheisse. They lost to Jace and said never again. Never again. I'm not wearing a Spider-Man costume at the Pro Tour. I don't like Spider-Man that much. Alright, time to cycle. Not even for chat, especially not for chat. Dog, I'm gonna die to Clarion Conquerors. I don't even know if they're recognizing Spider-Man. It sure is legal, but I don't know if they are gonna acknowledge its existence pretty much purely based off of licensing. I'm gonna die, chat. You're assuming I'm gonna draw a land. Cycle your Spellbomb. Yeah, about that. I think I died. How is this a vanilla 3/3? This thing has flying and it shuts off like everything. How is that vanilla? Some of you have strange definitions for the word vanilla. I can't even cycle my Spellbomb. Why did I bottom that bolt, man? Okay. Didge. Give the one lander a shot. He's so mad he left to think of another zinger. Yeah, I was thinking it was living rent free in my head the entire time I was using the restroom, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, come on, man. Mm. It is quite tough, isn't it? I need a series of lands. Fuck. Who let me keep this hand? Which one of you did it? Gotta restart this match, go back to the bathroom. This one never happened. Alright, maybe we're back. They're never gonna be able to beat this frog. Until they beat this frog. But until then, they cannot beat this frog. I promise. Scheisse, my frog. No, this is fine. We just need to draw a wizard. And if they ever draw Kozilek's command, I'm gonna scream. Actually, Time Walk. No, I think ditching the whole hand is not the move. They take one of my 2 flames. That's fine. Can't attack. Well, luckily for them, I also can't attack. Yeah, Frog's gonna hold back their spaghetti army, I think. I hope. I pray. Probably gonna flame one of these Thought Knots, though. Could also flame the Chalice. I don't feel like flaming the Chalice is super productive. I think I'm just supposed to kill a Thought Knot. Oh no, the Druzy Temple. Where's the deck list? Have you tried exclamation mark deck? Did that work for you? That temple's so ugly. It's like those god awful groves. What? Oh, the Draco's Lex command. Oh, it's Chalice on 2. We're going up the chain. What's your favorite video game soundtrack? Ooh, that's a good question. Bastion, maybe? Bastion's really good. Pyre's really good. Anything from Supergiant Games. The Binding of Isaac has a great one. I don't know. There's a lot. Ori's really good. Can I draw anything that wins me the game here? That makes me not die. Block 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bounce that heralds. Yeah, I could have done that too. They can't cast it back on the way down. Well, they can, but it'll get countered. I'm probably just gonna ditch my entire hand when they cast this TKS, and then probably can't attack again. That's a good idea. I should have bounced the herald, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sire coming down. Not sure I beat Sire. I don't think I do beat Sire. Wow. This didn't help in the slightest. Okay. Harbinger in, Consign in, Force out. Subtlety is probably fine. Kolaghan's command in. Betrayal out, Cling out. I guess these are okay. Can go down with Counterspells since they are Cabinet Souls that deck. But Cabinet Souls or Counterspell still tags like Kozilek's command. So maybe we cut 1 and 1 here. And then a couple Tamiyos. Going down on 1-drop seems okay. Keeping the Lightning Bolts is probably fine though. Ah, Shimata. Opponent casting Chalice. On turn 1. I can't do it to myself again. Fool me once. Yeah, a lot of decks are playing 3 counterspells instead of 4. I think that's just because counterspell's only okay at the moment. It's like Counterspell's like okay to bad. It's probably incorrect, but I'm gonna bend the lightning bolt. This isn't E-Tron. This is the Eldrazi aggro deck. I'm good on Subtlety as well. I probably should have put back Jace, but every time we've stuck a Jace, it's been pretty good, so I'm gonna put Jace to the test. Oh boy, Eldrazi Temple times 2. Thought not here for me to consign. This shock plus shatter is gonna be pretty decent, I think. Or maybe they got their temples off of mana traders. That's possible. Fire Trigger's kind of annoying. Chalice on Zippo. Opponent passes. I think I'm also gonna pass. Hey, shock plus shatter is still not a bad card. How are we doing, Enya? I think I gotta cast the sad star charts. A sad 2-mana star charts. Bolt, Bolt, Flame, Misty. It's not too bad. I'm gonna bounce this and just pass. Because that's how I retain being able to use this consign. One on top. 2, 3, Flesh Raker. Thought not here. Alright, we're down to 7. Not a super healthy life total. Unlicensors. What the? Timmy, you can't just post when lantern control in Korean. That's not gonna change my answer. You'd play it at the Pro Tour? I'm sure you would play it at the Pro Tour, Timmy. No doubt in my mind. Oh, you making me so mad. Alright. We're gonna have to do this and look for Counterspell. GG. My robot doesn't know Korean. The only card in all of Magic that beats Jace the Mind Sculptor. What a messed up card. Jace minus it, Consign the Ward. That would have been a lot if I actually had a Consign in my hand at the time. Instead, I had to 0 into Consign. So brutal. The sad days. Sorry, believers. I do Mountain. My day be so fine, and then boom. Sire of the 7 Deaths.
Have you peeked? Bing bong, bing bing bong. Have you peeked?
You're a third-rate duelist.
I can't take it anymore.